You hear me, Nova? Islam.
Islam. It's like my screen froze.
Oh yeah, no, it was showing everything.
We good?
Yeah, we on.
Okay. So let me try and get everything straight. Oh, let me turn this down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Islam, everybody. How my screen look? Can you see
Yeah,
me?
it's perfect. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, mine
Everything.
froze.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's still capturing everything just fine. Cause I see you looking at the computer. The head movers haven't stopped.
Okay. Yeah, boy, a second.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to cover documents up here. Finna re-go over the Dred Scott case, as well as some other things. Try to get through it. My sound is giving me technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's still capturing everything just fine. Cause I see you looking at the computer.
And if you didn't know, you probably need to go get your stuff, your 90-day supply stocked up tomorrow if you already got it. That's paramount, just in case. Islam, peace, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting all the sharing taken care of, so you can just get started whenever you're ready. And then for your screen share, just like I
Just
say,
getting some stuff set
just let
up.
us know and we'll get you going. All right, so we got the shares going. Be good.
Just a second.
Islam, son, Islam.
Whenever
Don't
you're
do
ready
that.
to start.
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready, bro.
Matter of fact, give me 1 second. Let me try
Okay,
and share this to my on Facebook.
okay. Which groups? Because I hit most of them. Whichever ones you missing. It's the Moors and Blacks. I got them to a lot of different ones. I just shared just now. But you might have a couple more. Don't. So I guess just run through your gambit so we make sure when nobody gets missed. And again, for a lot of these lives or whatever, you'll always be able to go to portagedechicago.org. They're going to go up on the site where you'll be able to see it. So therefore, if they are blocked,
Give me
whatever,
a
whatever,
hot
you can
second.
always go back and see it. They'll be in the public on the site. Islam, sunshine. Yep, Islam. Is
Can
Ali.
you hear me?
Yep, hear you perfectly.
Okay. I'm gonna come back in with this phone real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna let that get set up.
Okay, it should be good.
Islam to everybody.
Mhm.
Okay, let me go over here and see about this screen. Okay, let me know.
Yep, we can work it out right now. There you go.
Islam. So right here, Islam to everybody. Peace. Um, right here, what we got is census.gov, and these are all the race categories. Race is made up construct. It's a tool for controlling people. It's a separation tool. It's a left brain tool. You know, a classification, differentiation, um, fraction. You know, a fracture. It's a division tool. So I went over this other day. I'll steady go over this. I'm encourage y'all to go and read this yourself. Go to census.gov or type in race, census race, and then when it pop up, click on about this topic, and this was gonna pop up, and it's gonna show you every category of race, and the races are persons, and persons are corporations. Keep that in mind. A person is a corporation. So they're telling you that each race is a corporation that has origins in the original people. So you got the piece of paper and you got the original people straight from birth, right there. Soon as the baby come out, they come with the birth certificate. And the only one that's not represented, that's 3/5 on here, is the black one, the African American one. So this is one of the bases of why we do, because everybody is using these people's systems. And this is how they classify stuff in their system. So in a system, all y'all for the majority is Negro. The modern day term for Negro is Black African American. So we're going to get to why it's important that you know that and realize that. I'm going to keep that up there for the moment. Let me see. Now this is what's called a SS5 form. This is what I was talking about. Everybody over here using what's called the federal public benefit. That's how you get all them documents with your straw man name in all capital letters. This is how I know everybody doing it and everybody can stop playing. The jig is up. Now, if you look into citizenship, question number 5, there's only 2 types of citizens over here. Not citizens. There's only 2 types of people that's getting at what they call federal public benefit. A U.S. citizen and an alien. Somebody that's domestic to them and somebody that's foreign to them. It's only 2 types. Everybody fall within these. Everybody got a birth certificate. This is how we know people, you know what I'm saying? It's a joke. Everybody got credit cards. Everybody done went to school. Everybody done had to sign up with that Social Security card or the birth certificate. Like, we kidding here. So like I said, the jig is up. So this is what's called the public. This form right here. This is what's called everything I just named was public. Public aid, public housing, all that, you're going to need that information. They want to identify you. Who are you? Who are you getting this benefit? Because this benefit go all the way back to that treaty. The only party to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship was Moors and Christians. U.S. citizens and aliens. The same shit that's on that citizenship paper. And the only that's going to get that federal public benefit is U.S. citizens and what's called qualified aliens. Everybody gets a person when they are born over here. That person is their corporate, is their business. Now the problem is that Moors are getting a business while they under the slave name or the bondage name, the war name, nom de guerre. So this is what the purpose of this form for, and this is what the purpose of our class. We teach classes on correcting that. Um, I don't know what people thought, but if y'all watching, y'all finna see the significance of correcting that. Islam. Again.
Okay.
Because I did it the other day and they chopped the video up. Now, first, let me go to Divine Warning before I go to Dred Scott. Let me go to Divine Warning. Let me go to Divine Warning. I ain't even finna put it all the way up. I'm gonna read it. Y'all should already know this. I shouldn't have to blow this up for y'all to know what it is. This is Moorish literature. Like, Moors should know this. And if you don't know, look it up anyway. Like, let me see. We're gonna go to, because in this Divine Warning, oh, whatever, it's a lot in here. I'll go to this first. He say, if Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, you notice he naming all the nations. This is why I keep saying the Constitution is an international document. Because if you ain't got a nation, you ain't finna get no rights no way. And U.S. citizens ain't got no nation. They as pieces of paper, corporations. We just showed you what they is.
Mm-hmm.
So he said if Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, Arabian, you see how many different nations over here are forced to proclaim their free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America. It is no more than right that the law should be enforced upon all other American citizens alike. It didn't say U.S. citizens. U.S. is a state. America is the land. But he naming all these nations and what they did. So Moors, don't think you something special. I mean, you special, but don't think we like, Moors like to know the information and then oppress everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing this. He just told you all the other nations been doing it. We the ones still on the float. We the ones that ain't got a divine right. Now, before I get all into this, some Moors be liking to claim religious freedom when I get to talking about this, and that's all cool and dandy because I'm saying the same thing. The reason why we go through the literature like this is because we showing people how we coming. We is using the principles that Noble Drew Ali put in the literature, as well as other books. So if you're not using those, it's like we not. If you read Noble Drew Ali literature, you know he told not to mix. If you ain't doing what he said, then don't mix with him. So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, we making this up. So that's the first thing. Our Divine Warning, he told you, you got to proclaim your free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America. Moors ain't did that. Moors still got a straw man that say it's a person having origins in black racial groups. You know what I'm saying? And hold up. What else did he say besides? Because he said some more. Hold up. He say, oh, I ain't even finna get into that. I was finna get into the part where he talking about the great God Allah is not pleased and he holding the Moors accountable. But I ain't finna, I don't want people to think it's we super dogmatic because I really want people to look around because that's what it means. Like, this is the result of not following what you're supposed to do. This is what it means when they say the great God Allah not pleased. You ain't finna get the results you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
But I ain't finna stay in this real quick. We gonna get to Dred Scott. And with Dred Scott, we ain't got to get past the first couple pages before you start getting the picture. My whole thing is balance.
Mm-hmm.
It can't work both ways. If it work one way, it gotta work that other way when it's my time. When it's time for me. So this Dred Scott, this is in 1856. Now, I'm just gonna read through it. Upon a writ of error to a circuit court of the United States, the transcript of the record of all the proceedings in the case is brought before the court and is open to inspection and revision. When a plea to the jurisdiction and abatement is overruled by the court in demur, hold up, and the defendant pleads in bar, and upon these pleas the final judgment of the court is in his favor. If the plaintiff brings a writ of error, the judgment of the court upon the plea and abatement is before this court, although it was in favor of the plaintiff, and if the court erred and overruled, the justice must be reversed and a mandate issued to the circuit court to dismiss the case for one jurisdiction. So they explaining the rules of why they reversing this case, because the writ was in error from the circuit court. In the Circuit Court of the United States, the record must show that the case is one in which, by the Constitution and the laws of the United States, the court has jurisdiction, and if this does not appear, and the judgment must be reversed by this court, and the parties cannot be consent, and the parties cannot be consent with the objection to the jurisdiction of this court. Of the Circuit Court. So they say that in the Circuit Court, the record must show that they got jurisdiction to adjudicate. Now, this Supreme Court case law, because if they using this for him, because his status wasn't corrected, a lot of y'all status ain't corrected, and y'all got cases. Can you still hear me? My signal a little bit low.
Yeah, you still going perfect.
Yeah, so a lot of y'all got cases. So if they don't get jurisdiction, like we gonna keep going on, see they don't get jurisdiction. Now look at the words they use. A free Negro. A free Negro of the African race whose ancestors were brought to this country and sold as slaves is not a citizen within the meaning of the Constitution of the United States. And when you read this law, it's always specific. It ain't leaving stuff out. It's a free Negro of the African race whose ancestors were brought, because we talking about heritage, right?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just that you a free Negro. Your ancestors were brought to this country and sold as slaves. So that's a whole different set of people from the Moors, from the ones who indigenous over here. Who's saying we indigenous? See, this specific. So that go right in line with the definition of black or African American on the race, on the census. It don't go with American Indian. Having a person that's had origins in the original people of North, Central, South America. That's what Moore's saying. According to the census, Moore's straw man should be American Indian, not black. And if you're going to mix it, American Indian white. Wait a second. So they call him a free Negro. And a free Negro is not a citizen within the meaning of the Constitution of the United States. That go right in line with what I was talking about. This is why you will say black racial groups, everybody else say original people. And you ain't getting the rights. Even though you saying you're more. Some of y'all, even though y'all did a name change, y'all didn't do the rest of it and change the citizenship because of whoever, you know what I'm saying, school of thought y'all under. It is what it is. When the Constitution was adopted, they were not regarded in any other states as members of the community which constituted the state and were not numbered among its people. You see they say numbered? Mm-hmm. It wasn't numbered. Now, if we go to Article 1, Section 2, Paragraph 3, they're going to talk about how to count people for taxes. And it's one group of people that's 3/5. They not numbered like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
See, they wasn't numbered like within the meaning of the Constitution. They wasn't the whole person.
Yep.
It's showing you right here, Dred Scott. And it's telling you the same way they did it then. Everything got to be within the meaning of the Constitution. Is the same way they doing it now. They still talking about the Constitution. So this still apply. Your ass still 3/5 if you ain't fix your status in public. While Moores is trying to do all these status correcting. They trying to do all this bank stuff. They trying to discharge this. They trying to do this. And then your ass 3/5. You scared to update the straw. And then we getting all these cases that's commercial. All the cases is commercial, but your commercial name, the commerce name ain't updated, so it's still they slave. It's still in the record as they slave. The only two clauses in the Constitution was point to this race. So you ain't even a native race. They don't reduce them to black. Treat them as persons whom it was morally, lawfully to deal in as articles of property and to hold as slaves. And people will get mad. Moors will get mad at this until I open the Holy Quran in Mecca and go to Surah 4, Ayat 4, 5, and 6. And then Allah telling the trustee not to get an orphan this property until they have soundness of mind. So this is Islamic, what they doing. They might have learned this in the lodge somewhere with their feds on, acting like they was the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Hold your own law against you. And now you hating your own Islamic law.
Mm-hmm.
Since the adoption of the Constitution of the United States, no state can in any subsequent law make any foreigner or any other description of persons citizens of the United States, nor entitle them to the rights and privileges secured to citizens by that instrument. Now that's powerful right there because they just let you know you foreign. They just told you since the adoption of the Constitution, no state can in any subsequent law make any foreigner. What they bringing up foreigners for? I thought he was known. So I thought y'all was black. USA citizens, some of y'all saying. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you foreign? Oh, okay. Shit. So really, they looking at your ass like you mentally enslaved. Just like House Resolution 0689. Noble Drew Ali came as the first patriot to save his mentally enslaved Moorish American people. Because they think they black. And they think they U.S. citizens. These niggas is foreign. And they ain't here talking about my constitutional rights. Instead of saying just enforcing it on us. This the law, our contract. So it's all in here. You see, we ain't even got the .8. And you got all the proof. You can cite this. If you got a case and they saying your ass is the property, I would be throwing this in their face. Say I'm property for the record. And see if I got to ask somebody where the militia at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. No, I'm just saying, because they be asking me like I'm supposed to be Superman. Right, but Noble, where's the army? Mm-hmm. I'm like, so hold up. So they going to just tell you a slave, and you got to ask me where the army at. I'm like, this is how that slavery stuff was happening, bro.
Yeah.
These the ones who they was coming knocking on the cabin. Like, yeah, I need to talk to your wife. Come back in 15 minutes.
Yep.
And you like, Noble, you coming knocking on my cabin. Why he don't never come to your cabin, Noble? What do I need to do? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Help me. Like, nah, bro. I don't know why he don't never come over here. You know what I'm saying? He must like your wife. Shit. You know. Right. Hey.
You definitely ain't trying to do nothing to stop it.
Hey, man. At some point, it gotta be a button.
Yeah.
At some point, they gotta want to impeach you and get you out of office. Because you got access to the button. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
At some point, they gotta want to block your Twitter account and mess your Facebook lives up, like you Trump or something.
Right. Right.
If they ain't doing nothing, that shit, like you properly, you in compliance.
Mm-hmm.
You need to
Absolutely.
ask yourself these questions. Shit, your spirit man need to be asking, knocking on your door, like, hey, you
Like,
know you
hey,
got
hey.
some balls down there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I could, you forgot how to drop them. I could,
Right. Right.
it
You
help
know,
you remember.
like
Hey,
they
they
do
got
more than you
books
think
on
they do.
this. I'm just saying,
Right.
because Moors be asking like they know the answer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
They
yeah.
want to
Yeah.
act like they don't nobody see the answer. They the
Mm-hmm.
closest to the answer. They don't want to. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
No,
Is
bro.
that the answer?
A lot of these Moors, bro, they just want, like I say, like they want the bat signal. They want the Moor signal to flash up in the sky all of a sudden, like a big green star in the sky, and all of a sudden here, some Moors come with their capes and shit that are flying out on the scene. You know what I mean? Like they really, I don't know. You when you think about self sufficiency, you know what I mean. You got to start thinking. People got to start thinking about getting themselves together because all the self sufficiency, you still got to put your own security the same thing. So what's gonna happen if somebody was breaking in your house, right? If you live in a red line neighborhood, you know you're not going to get like 911 ain't gonna happen right away. So what was your plan then?
Mm,
Like
the
you
signal
can't have
acting
an
up.
alarm because that's when you go, oh, somebody beat me or whatever. Like my husband keeps whooping my ass, and what ended up happening? The more bodies one day turn around and get that cast iron.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know, like I know some motherfuckers that uh motherfucker was taking a bath and they got to talking shit and they worked at the hospital, so they had went and got some acid and you you can't fight me when you're in the tub, and when I throw this on your ass, what you finna do? Where that come from? I ain't trying to tell people to do stuff crazy, but you gotta have something that's gonna push you to do something. You have to defend yourself. It's a natural instinct. You
I
can't be
hope my
defending
signal
yourself
just
without.
messed up and I ain't chopping you up. Cause it's chopping in and out. I can't even really hear you.
Oh, I hear you
All I
talking
heard
good.
was self-sufficiency.
Oh yeah, well, what I was saying, they probably didn't want anybody to hear, but it is what it is what
It's
it
all
is.
good.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
y'all get the picture, man. Like
mhm.
Moors, and I know we be seeming disagreeable. I'm just logical, man. Like I see a lot of people talking unity, right?
Mhm.
I be wondering what's gonna happen once we all get together. Like what is the plan? Because we all in different like we all not finna go to the same land and live together. It ain't finna be 50,000 Moors in one city.
Mhm.
So what is this plan of unity? It gotta be an idea anyway. It gotta be what I'm talking about. So what is this plan that ain't been made that's gonna get made that's gonna make all the Moors operate because it gotta be some trust and some respect to get what's done because ain't no other bonds. We ain't been doing nothing. So I'm
Mhm.
wondering what's the plan. I know it's to feel good. I know the shit sound good, but I'm telling people that shit gonna wear off when it get time to application because you got a bunch of people like me that's that doesn't have experience of having to do it themselves because other people ain't worthy of trust. So we used to that. It ain't no reason for us to go away from that
Mhm.
because it been working. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it like the plan needs to be heard. That's also contract, full disclosure. You can't even agree to nothing
Mhm.
if you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
That's
but it's funny though.
incompetence.
A lot of the people who try to rebut the plan ain't even really seen it, ain't tried it, whatever. They always want to say that they plan works. It's really like it's not a. It's nobody's selling anybody anything. Like I say, we trying to get y'all to carry out inventory at this point, all the way across the board and study. Like that's what the whole point about it is. It was great to say that we unity. Yeah, unity is fantastic. But the whole thing is a lot of y'all ain't even been identified whether you really have great intent for the Moors or not.
Hmm.
So how are we gonna unify with somebody that don't have the right intent? Like, so especially when you think about all the different organizations, every time that melanated people decide to move in any type of way that they want to, and they're infiltrated by agents, whatever, whatever, right? So, what side of the thing everybody on while we're talking about unity? Because there was always a
Exactly.
divide. There was a divide
This
before all of
why
this.
status need to be on the record.
Yeah, and that's why it's important. And so you
This
can't do it
why
on
everything need to
beliefs.
be out loud. Status need to be on the record. But even more, this is why I keep saying that the unity people looking for is an idea.
Hmm.
It ain't motherfucking a rally. I
I
think
think
people
that
is looking
unity is more
for
like
help
that hope in
more than
Pandora's
unity.
box. I think it's more like Pandora's box, bro. That hope is like you want it because you want unity the way you see it in your mind, where everything is easy because you want the path of least resistance. That's the reason why you ain't decided to proclaim your nationality or make a move as a more in the first place. Because if you were really determined, it would be nothing. You would be excited because you'd be fired up as you're learning all the information because it's something new to you, especially after you found out that everything that you learned all this whole time is straight absolute BS.
Hmm. Nah, I don't know. Like I say, I ain't trying to be the spoiler of the party, but look through the last, just review the last few months, y'all. Whoever been watching and paying attention, like what's the reality? People been saying they same stuff for months. We've been saying the same thing for months. Like, man, whatever y'all talking about, everybody finna still have to go through this. So whether we agree or not, whether we unified or not, more still need a 90-day supply. They still need to gonna have to be competent because you still finna be I'm. That's why I want to know what the plan of the unity is. What's gonna be the difference? Because Moore's by themselves now. You got to fight
Mm-hmm.
your own case now.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference with the unity? We finna have a title that everybody can send a donation to, and then say we unified. Like, what's the actual difference? Because I don't need no motherfucker now. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying Moors don't like that. To me, that's the unity. It seems
Right.
selfish, but if every Moors thought like this, shit, we'll
But
be
everybody,
strong as hell.
right. But the thing is, the strength is going to come in numbers with everybody having that same thought, right? By everybody knowing how to stand, then that's going to make it stronger. By all the children seeing all the adults being strong, standing together, now you're actually teaching your children how to go through these things. Then it won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just sit here and go, okay, all right, well, we'll all go together and stand up together. That's just like protesting and marching and whatnot.
Hold up. Give me a sec. I know what I done did. I might have got on the wrong device. Let me see if I get on this other device. Might help a little better.
Yeah. Well, while he's doing that, if y'all got any comments or
Give me a
questions,
sec.
please feel free to throw them in the chat, and we'll surely throw them.
Like if everybody got on a self-sufficient tip, it would be like how the other nations operate.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get nobody. They not looking for slaves. Now they'll pick you up, but once you get up, you got a job to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now you added to the trust, and now you trying to help get the next person they beauty salon or beauty supply
Mm-hmm.
store. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Manchurians doing.
Right. And
And
then
then
we
you got
all
to pay
trade
that
amongst
back.
each other, and then that's how we working on our own economy. Like everybody want to to start their own business and all this other stuff, and you see that all these jobs are gone, and it's a perfect opportunity, and like, you could get a business in a box basically, depending on what you was trying to do, and it wouldn't even be that bad. But like I said, we got to be open minded. You already know that this thing is going down because this dollar's having a problem, and that's why you're seeing all this stuff.
Give me 1 second. I'm looking for this email. Okay. Let me know if you that one go through.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hear you a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, y'all. So let's get back to Dred Scott. We on point number 8. State by its laws passed since the adoption of the Constitution may put a foreigner. You see that he talking about a foreigner?
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Let me see. Or any other description of persons or footing with its own citizens as to all rights and privileges enjoyed by them within its dominion and by its laws. But that would not make him a citizen of the United States, nor entitle him to sue in its courts, nor to any of the privileges and immunities of a citizen in another state. See, now we coming back to what people talk about with the consular courts. This is supposed to be the purpose. You see, they talking about you ain't entitled to sue in their court.
Mm-hmm.
We supposed to have that back. And that was relinquished in 1956. To the change public opinion. This key. The change in public opinion and feeling in relation to the African race, which has taken place. See, they just talk about connotative. This ain't definitive. This is public opinion and feelings. This ain't law. The change in public opinion and feeling in relation to the African race has taken place since the adoption of the Constitution. Changes construction and meaning, and it must be construed and administered now according to its true meaning and intention when it was formed and adopted. This is what all these people use when they kill the black people. The plaintiff admitted, now they're using his own words against him. Some of you Moors got cases they use against you. Everything you say can and will be used against you. The plaintiff having admitted by his demurrer plea and abatement that his ancestors were imported from Africa and sold as slaves. He is not a citizen of the state of Missouri according to the Constitution of the United States and was not entitled to sue in that character in the circuit court. Off his own words. This being the case, the judgment of the court below in favor of the plaintiff on the plea and abatement was erroneous. He remanded the plea. I mean, they remanded the judgment of the circuit court because they didn't have jurisdiction to make Dred Scott a free man because he foreign, first of all, and then he property. Should have been qualified alien foreign. Okay. So I don't need that whole Dred Scott case. That's a long ass. Y'all can go Google that and read that.
Right.
Now we can go to this PDF. Hold up.
No, we got this one question here where you got this Hawks hands that wants to know if we can touch on the Christian black code. So just to let them know, let's get through this part right here. So
y'all can touch on Christian black codes and how they play roles in the U.S. construct.
Again, so that way we don't miss you. But let's get through this portion first, and then we'll touch on something that's off topic later. Okay?
Yeah, if we got time, we might have hit on it, but we're talking about Dred. Actually, like you living through the black codes, but this actually is like more important. This ain't some people you gonna listen to and you gonna get the history and all that. We more into activity. You know what I'm saying? Like how can this? What do this mean, and how can we use it?
Right, application. Right.
Did I just listen to all that for nothing? Or hold up. This is a document called Citizens of the United States and Expatriation. This is about exactly what the documents say. Citizenship of the United States or in expatriation. Either you're a citizen or you're an alien. And they're going through every country and every type of citizen and alien. And I got two sections up here for same people, our people. And they got two different classifications. One of them is a free Negro, and one of them is a qualified alien. I'm finna show y'all what the difference is. And this is shit that go back to the 1800s. A lot of people want to go into treaties from the 1800s. They ain't telling you this. They ain't telling your ass alien. You foreign to the U.S. I could go through a lot of this, but we're gonna start from right here. Hold up. If it light up. I might not be able to highlight this. Computer act funny. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna read the other one first, because that one's steady. It's steady spinning on me. I might be acting a little slow right now. Gotta upgrade.
Do you want me to put it up on my side?
No, I see my
You just
bars
copy
low.
the. Oh, but I'm like, if you copy the web address or whatever, or if you need to, I can pull it up on my side or whatever. If you still have an issue.
Go fast. Okay. All right. So I can't highlight what I want. I'm gonna try and blow it up a little bit. In Walsh versus Lalonde, the court in passing upon the status of a free Negro in the year 8, a citizen in its largest sense is any native born or naturalized person who is entitled to full protection and exercise and enjoyment of the so-called private rights. So I'm gonna go over that one more time. A citizen in its largest sense is any native born or naturalized person who is entitled to full protection and exercise and enjoyment of the so-called private rights. So you already know black people ain't getting the damn rights. Like damn whatever the law say, is you getting the rights or not in reality. This is what we're about, reality. He declared the free Negro to be such a person. Versus Brown, the court seemed to have facially squared the condition in which decisions holding that free persons were not citizens had forced the courts. He said, now peep this, but Negroes born in the United States and free by the laws of the state in which they reside are in a different condition from aliens. They are natives and not aliens. He's telling you the difference. Negroes are only free by the laws of the state. That's why they slaves. The state is their master. The state is their mother. They're in a different condition from aliens. Aliens got nations. They got a different state. They're not their citizens. They are natives and not aliens. You see what they just said about the Negro? They say they're in a different state than the aliens. And then they said that the Negroes is natives and not aliens. So if they natives, then what happened to the trade story? See, they letting you know right here. Some of these people just don't know their history. No, not citizens of the state of the United States. They are inhabitants and subjects of the state.
Hold on. It was garbling. Try talking now. Test now.
So they telling you they not citizens within the meaning of the Constitution. They just subjects of the state on allegiance to it. And people, all these commas, because these are different points that mean something. You're not a real citizen within the meaning of the Constitution, bro. You a subject of the state, and you owe allegiance to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the contract. Since you know what I'm saying, a subject, you entitled to protection by its law, those of the United States, for by the common law and the law of the nations. All persons born within the dominion of the sovereign are his natural born subjects and owe allegiance to him and obey the laws and are entitled to protection. It is persons are a subordinate and inferior class of beings and had no rights but such hold the power and the government might choose to grant them. And then look what they cite. So we just went from the Dred Scott case to the congressional record, citizenship of the United States and expatriation, and they told you that if your ass is a Moor and you ain't changed that name and to go with it, you got no rights but such as those who hold the power and the government might choose to grant them. You a subject of the state. You basically a free Negro with a nationality card and paperwork. And you'd know this if you read the information because you'd have been trying to do this. So this is why we having these classes. This is why we even do the lives. Like we just trying to get you to know what it is. And now y'all look and pay attention to the free Negro because I'm finna go to the alien that they talking about. The alien that they comparing the free Negro with, I'm finna go in this same book. I'm finna go show you what it say about the alien. And it's finna be different. And y'all see they quoted they cited Dred Scott. This on page 66. So y'all Google this document, PDF, and go read it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, same document, but we talking about Morocco. Talking about Morocco. We down here at the bottom. They say there are strictly speaking no Moroccan laws relating to citizenship of Moorish subjects in Morocco. The fundamental laws of this non-Christian country are based entirely upon the Islamic code, no part of which treats of the subject citizenship. Okay. See if I can flip real quick if they don't give me a hard time with flipping the page. Let me see. Okay. So let me read this to you. See, we're talking about Morocco now. Give me a second. Let me focus. The publication is 1906. Okay. There are, however, numerous treaties and conventions between the Christian countries and the Moorish Empire. You see how they divide that up? Christian countries and Moorish Empire. And they talking about what y'all consider now black and white people. But they calling them Christians and Moors. Now, if we go back to the SS5 form, like I told y'all, it's only two types of people over here benefiting. There's only two types of people over here that's benefiting from this federal public benefit. You got these and you got them, the only two. U.S. citizens and then people who are alien. So y'all see the breakdown? This is who getting the federal public benefit over here. Christians and Moors. The Christians were U.S. citizens. Well, I ain't gonna say Christians and Moors. It's Christians and aliens. Moors is considered classed as a qualified alien. Because there's other people that got treaties with them, other nations. By means of which citizenship country is defined. But as I understand from the above acknowledged instructions that it is not the desire of the department to call for a report upon such lines, I would therefore confine these remarks to general conditions existing, which may possibly be of some use in connection with the information desired. Citizenship in Morocco may be said to be governed by the laws pertaining to the same in other countries, with the exception of all persons residing in Morocco who cannot prove foreign citizenship or protection are considered ipso jure more subjects. So you got to prove you're not a Moor.
Mm-hmm.
Back then. Now you got to prove you're not a U.S. citizen. You see how they didn't flip it? More subjects lost their nationality only by becoming naturalized in or protected by another country having treaty relations with the Moorish Empire. It was established by the convention in Madrid, concluded July 3rd, 1880. So they tell you Moors only lose nationality by naturalizing, by wanting to go and be somebody else's citizen, or by being protected by another country that we got a treaty with. Now, a lot of Moors try to use this to go at Moors who use the federal public benefit, like myself. But if you read the Zodiac Constitution, go to Article 4, that's basically redoing the contract, because when you put stuff on record, you redoing the contract. That's why I take somebody when you put an affidavit, take somebody else's affidavit to knock yours down because you stated it for the record. So that's what that Zodiac is, and that's why we putting our stuff on the record. Because according to Article 4, you can get the federal public benefit without being obligated to these people, because it's all our land. So that don't apply for us. What do apply is that naturalization. We ain't naturalizing. We nationalize. We're not trying to be U.S. citizens. We're not trying to go on nobody else's nation. That's what naturalized. That's why somebody else got to confer it on you, because it's their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't, like, some people is acting like they don't even know what it is. They got whole temples and they like act like they don't know the difference. One of them is taking up nationality. One of them is proclaiming it. Ain't nobody got to grant you nothing that you already got.
Yep.
Moore's literature tell you that you are what your forefathers is without a doubt of contradiction. And can't nobody change unless they more powerful than the great God Allah. This is why people don't like me bringing up Allah in the book and stuff like that. Because it's checkpoints with that. You can't just, know what I'm saying, Freestyle Friday. So it's telling you how to lose. It's telling you how more addiction right there. Now peep this part. Article 15. Any subject of Morocco who has been naturalized in a foreign country. So say you've been tricked out your nationality. And who shall return to Morocco, so you can return. And we talking about a state. We ain't talking about going nowhere. Talking about proclaiming. Who shall return to Morocco shall, after having remained for a length of time equal to that which shall have been regularly necessary for him to obtain such naturalization. See, now they saying that naturalization because you a whole nother citizen. So you got to come back to Morocco. Choose between entire submission to the laws of the empire. You still talking about the empire? We don't even got to call it the Moroccan Empire. We just saying the empire. This they documents.
Yep.
They ain't saying the Moroccan Empire. They saying the empire. Ain't no what other empire?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, they say they can choose between entire submission to the laws of the empire and the obligation to quit Morocco. So you can either come back or you can quit Morocco, unless it shall be proved that his naturalization in the foreign country was obtained with the consent of the government of Morocco. Foreign naturalization heretofore acquired by subjects of Morocco according to the rules established by the laws of each country shall be continued as regards all its effects without any question. Now look what they say then. The above ruling has never yet been acted upon, meaning these Moors ain't never came back to Morocco. They still naturalized. They still in page 66 thinking they ass black, free Negroes. You know what I'm saying? The above ruling has never been acted upon. And should this at any time be contemplated seriously, a large number of naturalized people, them free Negroes, Americans residing in Morocco would be affected thereby. They telling you right there. And then they tell you this, look, residence in foreign parts does not affect the nationality of Moors subjects. Because Moors don't understand how we say 8 U.S. 1101 subsection 15E. You know what I'm saying? Qualified alien. We admitted for permanent residence if we want to. Because residence and forms not affect the nationality of Moors subjects. Facts. And the Moorish government has no means of protecting its subjects permanently in countries, with the exception of a so-called Moorish consul at Gibraltar or a Moorish agent at Cairo, Egypt. So they telling you, they just gave you the answer. Residents in foreign parts don't affect your nationality, and the Moorish government don't protecting subjects permanently residing in other countries. So you start off, you know what I'm saying, with that thing, U.S. citizen. You know what I'm saying? It's on you to correct the contrast. Because you only got, like, well, I ain't gonna say you only got so much time. According to their documents, they saying that it's just KV Trust Act, but you can do it. You know, we did it grown as hell. But yeah, the whole purpose is form your own politics. You know what I'm saying? How long you gonna operate in they stuff? That's what it's basically saying. And not just your own body politic. That's the first step. Form, you know what I'm saying? Form tribes, to form nations, to form, federations.
Yep.
Confederacies. So we went over that. We went over Dred Scott. We went over Divine Warning. Last time I was Shay's Rebellion. Shay's Rebellion. Just, it's like all connected, kind of different. But it got to do with the slaves revolting. So what we're going through right now is what they call the Great Reset. And they using the shots and the sickness and the virus and all that. Every time, and this is out of their place, talking about this other day. Every time we catch system, they try to reset. They try to reset the game. They change the rules of the game. They want to switch. Now we know how to play chess. They want to play spades. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got nationality, talking about owning property. Now they talking about own nothing and be happy. We gonna pay all the bills now. Here, take this money. Get everything by drone, order it.
Yep.
Because they trying to relieve pressure, it's a pressure relief valve. It's the giving before the taking. People like, yeah, they want it. But it's really to get you to, you know what I'm saying, because you at a point right now where you can do some stuff. And it's really to get you know what I'm saying, let me calm down. Let me calm them down. Because they finna mess something up for me.
Mm-hmm.
What? So Shay was somebody. Shay was going through. Shay was a patriot, ex-military, and he was going through the Great Reset back then in 1786, 1787, around the time we signed this treaty with them. Mm-hmm. And it's treaty of peace and friendship. And we had when they was the Articles of Confederacy. They was the Confederation, the Confederacy then. They wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have the United States. They had Articles of Confederation. That was their first constitution. They was each state was a republic. It was like its own country. They had a weak central government. So, meaning they had a weak master. Because remember, the states was colonies, which mean they were slaves. So their whole revolution is about them going from being slaves. Their American Revolution is about them going from being slaves to being men.
Yep.
And enslaving us, basically. That's the constitutional law that was enforced in 1774 that's being talked about in Divine Warning. Because the Constitution was 1787 to 1789. The Articles of Confederation was 1781 to 1787 or 89. They still was using it until the Constitution got ratified. So 74 was the Articles of Association when they told Great Britain they wasn't finna accept their taxes no more. See, all the recess got to do is revolting from being taxed. The taxation is the slavery. It's always the slavery. The Boston Tea Party was the taxation. No representation without taxation. Then they had a reset, American Revolution. We ain't gonna be colony no more. We the United States. Reset. Bam. Now you got this. They signed a treaty, Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Shays Rebellion. They had the Articles of Confederation or rebelled. They could get the rest of the states to quell the rebellion. They were scared. They didn't have a strong central government. So they went to the United States Constitution where they can have a stronger federal government and enforce the slavery. That was the reset. Then came the Civil War. They finna do the Freedman Bureau. Lincoln got nominated. They did the Civil War. Made another reset. He come on the 14th Amendment citizen. 1866. They tricked the free Negro into thinking he was a citizen. 14th Amendment, 88. That was the reset. Then, okay. See, it's always the choice. Once you start using the choice, they reset it. No choice. Be a slave. See, that was 1933. All the Black Wall Streets and stuff, we finally got gold. We finally made it. Got our own stuff. No, we need all the gold, y'all. It's a war and all this stuff. We going bankrupt. Reset. Here come the birth certificate and 2 years later, 1935. In a federal benefit. That was the reset. Now, then 100 later, oh, y'all know about House Joint Resolution 192? Oh, y'all want to discharge? Oh, okay, everybody wants a straw man? Okay, reset. COVID. You know what I'm saying? And the letters just stand for just nicely stand for a certificate of vaccination. They just knew exactly and just had it patented in 2015. Conveniently. You know what I'm saying? Right around the time Dr. Fauci was announcing when the next great pandemic gonna happen. Like, it is what it is. So, like, that's why I say all this kind of is connected, but it ain't like it's all connected. We could talk for days, you know. And the thing how to use this is like, see, like this. Let's go to a letter from George Washington to the Sultan of Morocco. And they tell you in the first paragraph of how they changed the contract, how they went from the Articles of Confederation to the Constitution.
Really quick before you jump into that topic, you
greatness, friends, since the date of the letter which the late Congress by President, you see, which the late Congress, they talking about the Confederation Congress. They talking about the Confederation Congress, talking about the continent, they talking about the Continental Congress when it was a republic. Go look up the Bunker Hill flag, the Battle of Bunker Hill. Go look up the Continental flag. In our paperwork, you see the Continental flag and you see Old Glory. See the Moroccan flag. See, they talking about the real U.S. Because if it's the U.S. United States of America, it's the whole North, Central, South. It ain't a commerce banner. So he say the late Congress, so he talking about the Continental Congress, by their president in address to your Imperial Majesty, the United States of America, thought proper to change their government and institute a new one. That was a reset. He about the Great Reset. They tell you right now. They go to proof. Agreeable to the Constitution, of which I had the honor herewith to enclose a copy. And he's talking about the first Constitution. This is proof of the contract. You can go to the last paragraph, and he's talking about it gives me great pleasure to have the opportunity of assuring your majesty that while I maintain his nation, and that's tricky right there because I was reading that the other day, and it's tricky because he said while I maintain, he said while I remain at the head of this nation, I shall not cease to promote every measure that may conduce to friendship and harmony, which so happily subsists between your empire and them. He didn't say nothing after him. See, that was slick right there. That was kind of slick right there because they damn sure ain't following this. But this is contract. Uh, see.
So can you hear me, Nova?
Yeah, I just was because I be hearing the echo, so when I be turning it off a little bit.
Yeah, no, you good. No worries. It ain't no big deal. We just, excuse me, Naeem Chuck McIntosh had a question that he put in there, and so I wanted to make sure we kind of got it because it was still kind of with that same topic before we got too far and didn't miss him. But his question is it possible to form our own national party and place there in congressmen and senators to lobby on our behalf?
It's possible. Like I ain't saying it ain't possible. Like really, really, that's kind of like the idea. That's kind of like and I haven't even thought about that like that. But like Noble Drew Ali said, you're gonna have to use the fire to get through the fire. Like if I could put Izeel in the Senate in Illinois Senate and get some shit done, I'd do it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I ain't opposed to that. Even though they ask who they is, if I could put Moors in all the seats and make the shit
Yep.
work how I wanted to work, I'd do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
Even though I know Moors be like, but it's a de facto.
Mm-hmm.
Even though if I could really make it happen and run it and Moors would still be mad, because I have to know what I'm saying, whatever, wear a suit or whatever,
Right.
or whoever, I would do it. But we not even at that right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying, step by step. That's a good thought. But for Moors to even for Moors to contract, everybody got to be competent. It got to be a meeting of the minds. So unless we finna just talk about making some stuff with 100 people, which we already got, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We need to focus on step one, which is waking everybody up. Because once we wake everybody up, that's gonna make everything easier anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You see how these Europeans, they ain't going to file no paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna ask nobody for permission. None of that. They realizing and doing whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So my signal is messing up a little bit. Okay, y'all.
Okay.
These other nations, they not ask nobody. They not looking to have a party, going and being active. They just going to do it. You know what I'm saying? The alphabet boys putting you on notice. You can go on world news and notice of what these people finna do, and they ain't filed damn paperwork.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. It's about activity. Moors ain't doing that. It's a reason I can say what I say about certain people. Because I know they ain't finna come with no proof.
Mm-hmm.
I know they ass finna come out and show that they've been doing this, is that, and other.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of people looking and thinking that I'm trying to tell them, you should be looking at what's really going on.
Yeah.
You should be looking
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, y'all ain't gonna show the proof.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really don't got no proof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Because
like you
I ain't
said,
saying that to bust nobody out. I'm saying that so people ain't got to keep being lost, going through the
right.
same cycle.
Right. But no, what it is it's like they want an insurance policy. They don't want to be active because they don't want. Oh, okay, and just because that's the reason why they're looking for protection. That's the reason that we're the militia because that's as far as they're concerned. That's like they Geico. If
You
I
know
get
what's the
wrecked.
insurance policy? This is gonna sound harsh, or it might not. The insurance policy is knowing you got a destiny with a lot that's uncertain, that's not uncertain or unknown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cause you got it anyway. Like, bro, you not finna. Like, I don't know why y'all. Well, I do know. People got to go through whatever they got to go through. But people need to come to terms with that reality, man.
Mm-hmm.
People need to come to terms with that reality. It is like we not kamikaze. I don't know what I'm saying. We not suicidal. You know what I'm saying? But that's a reality. So y'all getting leverage. Moors is allowing themselves to get leverage by people as their reality. As if that person ain't got to face the same reality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? No, we all know what I'm saying. Everybody public, right? This the age of information. Everybody public.
Mm-hmm.
So really what Moors is wanting, what y'all really need is information. What y'all really need more and get more information. Because that's like I'm seeing the fear is coming from lack of information. The lack of activity is coming from lack of information. You know what I'm saying? The wasting your time is coming from lack of information. Reason you broke is coming from information. You know what I'm saying? Everything, all the problems is coming because your ass don't. This is why you going to ask somebody else for the information. Like this is what we steady tell you. Read the damn book. Like reading Rainbow damn near. Shit. Once you know how to navigate, you good. You don't gotta be an expert in everything. You can go get the book, download it real quick, and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the treaty of peace and friendship. It's the treaty that we go by. One. It's other treaties that people are in. I really, you know what I'm saying? I've been rocking out with this one. I let other treaties. I really, for what I'm doing, this pretty much, is doing the job. This got everything I need. This ain't got me overextended. It ain't got me fighting wars for them like I'm a citizen. You know what I'm saying? It's real cool. It's balance. Everything about Morse is balance isonomy. You got the Article 14 in here so I can do my comment, most favorite nation status. And if you notice, it's talking to more Christians in here. Okay. Okay. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. You're perfect.
Yeah, y'all gotta bear with me. I gotta up the Wi-Fi plan. Hopefully that'll work. If that don't work, they was in here when I was gone and booked everything.
Okay.
But you
Doing
see they talking about in this treaty, Moors and Christians. What'd you say?
Just about to get one of them sweepers. One of them bug sweepers. They sell them things, bro.
Real.
Come through there and check it out, bro.
This treaty is for Moors and Christians, qualified aliens and U.S. citizens. You see Article 14? I'm working with right now. Commerce. Commerce with the United States should be on the same footing as the commerce with Spain. Or as that with the most favored nation for the time being, that citizenship be respected and esteemed and have full liberty to pass and repass our country and seaports whenever they please without interruption. That's how I'm operating in commerce. Okay, this time Federation Congress. We pretty much done got through a lot of information. If y'all got any questions, y'all type it in. I basically wanted to go over this Dred Scott because a lot of Moors got mixed up. A lot of people hating, assuming, think they know what we talking about, ain't called over here, don't know. You know, they get misinformation out about it. This is how we operate. And we can explain everything about how and why. And if you catching cases, you still can hear me?
Yeah, you're doing good.
Okay. Yeah, if you catching cases, this is really important. All this is important. All this is important because it has to do with uh your status being on the record. And they holding y'all to contracts. They holding y'all till it's public. They want to act like they got plausible deniability. And the law is set up that way. It's set up to where you go in and find the remedies and then start doing stuff and then you don't get no problems.
Hmm.
Or at least for some of this. And they gonna act like you just didn't know what you was doing all the time. You was incompetent. Like I say, it's in the Holy Quran of Mecca. Um, Not to give you your property until you're soundness of mind. They say they want to talk about status correction, how to clear it up without giving up jurisdiction and tying back into the system.
Right.
Jurisdiction
Okay.
gonna get gave up when you injure a person or property. Other than that, it's giving up with you being incompetent. So status correction, that's alone. That's why we got a class on it because we it's a 2 hour class down there. 100 notes, but go over it just quickly, briefly. Um, Public status correction, you want to change the name. In my interpretation, ain't everybody else's interpretation. I'm doing status correction based off the principles that I got from Noble Drew Ali. Information, that's how I'm filling out the forms, according to how I want to operate within the boundaries of the laws we can operate. Um, so Noble Drew Ali, this is why I told you early in this live, put your national name and religion on the record. So first thing you got to do is it's the same thing. Correct it, change it. It's the same thing. If you look up in the Black's Law Dictionary, a legal name is a Christian name and a surname. So if you got a legal name, if you have not changed that name to have your own your own vine fig tree, the L of the Bay,
Hmm.
you are Dred Scott. You have Christian property. This is why we do the status change in a nutshell.
Right.
But it ain't just a name change. So you got to go to court and get the name changed. Day court. Then it's an SS5 form that got to be filled out. Then it's some more information that, you know what I'm saying, we put with that and send to the Social Security Administration and get the change. And you can verify with a no ident report and all this is that and the other. And we go over that in the class. That's the first class. That's your own status. Then the second class is about how to operate in commerce without Social Security number and how to get your tribe, how to make a tribe and put it on. So in times like this, when you might be working somewhere and they want you to get a shot, you can have strong religious objection to it. Not only a strong religious objection, but it's going to be having county seals on it. It's a document from your tribe. That class 100 notes. This is what I'm saying. I was saying yesterday, like this I try to make it affordable so I ain't wasting my time because I got stuff to do. Like I do this and I'm a businessman and I got a life. You know what I'm saying? I see why I can't do it all. It is what it is. I don't lost a lot of time. Islam. It's all good. It's all good. And I got a lot of videos that basically, like, if people got time, they can watch all the videos and learn all this stuff. And you know what I'm saying? You know, if you got time, but it's through videos because I learned it as I came along. This wasn't like a given. We searched and you know what I'm saying, dug and came up.
Hmm.
You know, I fought cases, B2
Hmm.
cases. I fought two gun registration cases. So I know firsthand. This ain't nothing. This ain't a formula, some packet. I'm in Chicago. I got, I woke up and unlike most of these morals, I start applying it. I start activating the choice, and then I found out, oh, that was a trick. You wasn't supposed to. You just supposed to thought you had rights. You wasn't supposed to activate the choice. Now we got to show you. Now we got to send these agents at you, like Neo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I done went through Islam. I done went through those little stages. This is why I be butting heads with the Moors, because I done already been to battle. I done been to real battle with these people in different ways, like real battle. And I did a lot of time. And like I said, I done actually fought these people, and I done actually been in cases with these people. Fought them in different ways. So I know them. So when people try to tell me about them, it's like you need to be all the way 100 correct, or you need to see your line of expertise, because, you know, I finna bow down. Like, I got real expert. I got anthropology. When it comes to the police, I'm an anthropologist. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know this? That's somebody that go and live with the environment. You know how people go and live with a tribe of people for months just to see how they. Yeah, I'm the anthropologist when it comes to prison and police and COs and all that. Nigga, I got first-hand knowledge. I'm an expert. Like, I could write books about this shit. Real talk. So, and it's coming whenever I get some time. Whenever I get some time, I'll do all that other scholarly stuff. But to me, this more pressing matter, waking people up, letting them know what it is. Because to me, that's the most. Once a person act, that's more important than all the information. If all our people just knew what it was, if they just knew what it was, you know what I'm saying? You know how you could be standing. You know, this Chicago. You know how we could be standing on the corner. Let me get them. Hold up. You know how we could be standing on the corner. Say it's the summertime. Say it's the summertime. We stand on the corner, and somebody just run past real fast. What we all gonna do?
Get moving.
We out of there, ain't we?
Yeah, we gone. That's
He
what
ain't
I'm
gotta
saying.
say
We
nothing, do we?
Nope. Nope.
That's what I'm
No
saying.
problem.
If we could just run past the people real quick. That's all I'm saying. Just run past them.
Right.
You ain't gotta stop and say everything. They don't even know what's going on. They a corner kicking and smoking blunts, and Moore's is sneaking through the alley instead of running past it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, run past them. Let them know what time it is.
Yeah.
That's gonna be, because if you run past enough of them, we gonna stop running. You say, hold up. I just ran past 100. Hold up.
Okay.
We ain't gotta run no more. We good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Shit. So this is what it is. This is the Dred Scott. It can't work. It can't be both ways. The hustle of me going over this is y'all need to change y'all status, but a lot of y'all status not changed. So if they try and get you out y'all status change, throw Dred Scott in their face. I thought I wasn't a citizen. Because y'all got all these blacks food thinking they citizens, right? Y'all don't want them to know we Dred Scott, do y'all? Because they marching over Blacks Matter. They tearing shit up over that. What's gonna happen when Dred Scott go viral? So you gotta learn how to yin yang as a Moor. This is what we mean when we talk about balance. Now that would be considered the negative principle. You know what I'm saying? It's a form of it. That's a form of as above, so below. You gonna use this against me, use this against you. In another form, people will say that's petty. Y'all being petty down to petty differences. Because they're the same thing one person used, the other person used it right back. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing to them. You know what I'm saying? We hold their ass accountable. Y'all want to talk all this greatest nation and all this because that's what got their slaves sleep. That's why they mad at Trump, because he ain't playing by the rules. He letting them know they some slaves. And they tearing stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know how to hold them accountable. Oh, y'all don't want them to know they slaves. Because this will get to happening when they know they slaves, when you throw it in their face. They got some pride about them. Huh? Oh, okay. So I think that's pretty much good. My signal is keep going in and out. Hopefully we got all of the footage.
Oh no, the footage, everything
But
came
I
out
think we
perfect.
good and let's pack questions. Um
Yeah, the signal came
let me
out perfect,
see.
bro. You good. I think it might be just the connection where you're hearing me was the only part that we probably need to work on.
I
But
can't even really hear you, bro. My balls is red.
yeah, I see that. But you still come through
It probably
good.
popped back in. It been popping in and out all night. So
Hmm. Yeah.
uh
We're gonna work it out. I think I need to. I'm gonna
give
make
me
a
a
test
second. I'm
run
gonna
just
try and
for
come
that.
back in on this other one.
Hmm. Okay, can you hear?
Islam.
There we go. All right. You can hear?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm gonna give you. I might have to make a cable for you. I think it might work that out a little bit with that signal, so it ain't on the Wi-Fi.
Hold up. Let me see. Can you switch? Cause I'm done with this computer. Can you switch me to this other device?
Yeah. Uh huh. You want
Let me
I
get
don't see
out
a
this and
camera
try
on
and
it.
get in the other room out of
Okay.
this echo.
Yeah. Just whenever you're ready, turn your camera on the other device, and then I'll switch it for you.
Let me see.
And while we're going through the talks hands with the
Hold
questions
up.
that you got,
Okay.
a lot of these videos, in the case or the event that Facebook takes them down or whatever, our website that you have will have an area on there where you'll be able to look at all of the different lives that we have done on this platform. So they'll all be in there and stuff like that, so you guys can go take a look at them or whatever. Of course, they don't come on there instantly because it is a pandemic. We all going through some stuff, and we all work, got businesses and everything else, families, etc. It's a lot of work. So, but they're gonna get up there just in case you miss them, and you'll not, of course, you can miss them. Well, Islam knows Islam is a high honors to you for taking the time out to hear us out for a minute and pay attention. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, we back.
Yeah, this the one you want.
Yeah. Okay, they got me on the pad. Islam.
Oh, or the
It's
other one.
cool.
Which one you want?
No, it's cool. That one's signal going in and out, so it's all good. Turn that one on. We good on this pad.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cause I'm done with that anyway.
Hmm.
I'm done with the info anyway. We pretty much got through all the Dred Scott stuff. Um, main thing people need to get is their 90-day supply. Um, food, supplies, whatever you can get that you might need. Toiletries, this is that and the other. And then we gonna be like everybody waiting to see what's gonna be going on, what these people got planned.
Hmm.
If don't nothing too major happen, then we still resuming with everyday functions. I would tell people if you with the empire to correct that stroke. Get your name changed. If you don't know it, holler at us, come get our little class and go
Hmm.
and get your stuff corrected. Um, and no, it's not a guarantee. It's not it's not something that to where you finna get it, and then now you finna be cursing out the police and this is that and other, and they can't pull me over. It ain't that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sword and a shield. It's something you got to work with now.
Mm-hmm.
When you ain't had nothing, now you got something to work with. So you ain't had nothing, you was just drowning. Now you got know what I'm saying, one of them little jet skis. You can move
Mm-hmm.
around. You got a vessel. You can get from point A to point B and make shit happen. And you know how to operate. And you know how to be you know how to be an ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to turn yourself from 1 to 10. You know what I'm saying? When they think you're a 1, you know how to be a 10 when it comes to problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of that like the Predator. You know how the Predator was, you know, at the end of the Predator, when
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger beat him
Right.
and he got on his little device
Yep. And
and
then
was
set
like,
that
yeah,
bomb.
you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
It ain't just me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can just kill me.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what happened when one of
We
me
both gonna
go?
be out of here.
Yeah, it's over
Mm-hmm.
with. You better run, fool.
Yep. Yep.
So this is what happened. Like everybody got a defense mechanism. This shit is like National Geographic.
Mm-hmm.
A big ass, a big ass lizard eat a little poisonous frog and end up spitting it out, don't it?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And if not, if he just did, like it just
Yeah,
depends. Sometimes, yeah.
man. So hey,
Yeah. Even
sometimes you gotta
sometimes
be
they
bitter.
just licking the skin, depending on what type of frog it is. Like you out of here, you sick, out of here. You know, snake.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta turn yourself into a bitter herb to the beast to where eat you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you like licorice. You like ugh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
this is the way we coming, and this is why we talk about Al Qaeda so much, because to me, Al Qaeda is like Noble Drew Ali had to know about Al Qaeda. He had to be teaching the style of Al Qaeda, because when
Mm-hmm.
I study everything Al Qaeda, it's talking about initiating somebody without a living master, and that's what the literature
Mm-hmm.
Noble Drew Ali do. If you read his
Yep.
literature, you finna get initiated, and he ain't even here. And that's
Mm-hmm.
how he set the literature up. You can't even
Yep.
set up. It's only one prophet of Moore Science Temple of America. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't no new Noble Drew Ali. And then he
Right.
told you every word he speaks is spirit. People don't understand what the spirit is, though. They don't know what the rule is. They don't know it's only one spirit.
Right.
What you mean? So if every word he speaks is spirit, like it ain't him, like people want to worship him. No, it's the
Mm-hmm.
rule. So
Yep.
like this is how we coming. It is what it is, and we try to explain so much, but it's only so much explaining, and we ain't finna overextend ourselves. I know what traps look like. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a reason sometimes you got to do all the work. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? It's a
Yep.
reason you
But
got
that's
to
the
do all
thing,
the
though.
work
You
for
the
something to
master.
work.
You the
Yeah.
master. You the builder. You made in the image of the grand architect. I don't know why that's a problem. Shouldn't be an issue. It's you got to change the
Yeah.
state of mind. It's a mind thing.
And I'm just
That's
thinking
what it
about
is.
contract right now, because
Well, the contract's got to be corrected. Yeah.
in contracts got to be reciprocal. It got to be
Mm-hmm.
something for something, consideration. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you doing all the work, what you need them for? This is why I be saying that. People don't get they don't get. They think I'm like being selfish and this and that. No, when I say what that we don't need you, or what I need
Mm-hmm.
you for, and this I'm saying you not provide nothing to contract. I'm saying
Right.
you don't not provide consideration, and you acting like you provide consideration.
Right.
I'm saying
Right.
whatever
But
you
that's
think you
that's what I'm
providing,
saying.
we already provide that. You know what I'm
when
saying?
when you don't understand the details of the contract, then you just start automatically assuming, like putting in the, so it's like the Gestalt theory, right? You just start automatically, your brain gonna start automatically putting in there what you want, but you haven't, it's not on paper. You just going on a feeling. So you just thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like this or whatever. Then that's where later on you turn around and go, oh well, what's this extra charge on my bill? Or why didn't this have whatever, whatever? I thought, but I paid this much, it was gonna have all this, that, and the third. It's like, no, them options you decline. Or well, why is it this price to put them on? Well, see, when you first got the car, we was trying to tell you whatever, whatever. Now you just, it costs more. It is what it
Mm-hmm.
is. To the time, the labor to
Then
break the shit down,
if
whatever, whatever. You know, and or I'm gonna take it back, and then you realize you can't take something back, or you realize that oh it's a restock fee, whatever, because you didn't even look at the stuff. You was just no, I know they're gonna take it back, whatever. You ain't even thinking about it. Shit crazy.
Yeah, so
You're having the people in their
um,
everyday life on so much stuff, bro. It's not even funny. It ain't even funny because they don't
I
even
be
think
trying to get look.
everything contract.
It's a rhythm y'all gonna have to get in, bro. It's like it's a rhythm y'all gonna have to get in to where it's like a hermetic type of thing. It's like it's because you know all truths is half truths.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's the end, but it ain't the end. It's the beginning at the same time. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's sad, but at the same time it's some good. Like this is
Yeah.
gonna always be the balance.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna always be, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, that and this at the same time. And then what same shit y'all telling me, man, focus on the positive. Focus on the positive. I'm like, and I understand that. And to an extent, I'm gonna try and do that more. But this is why I keep telling people they don't know what time it is. It's a time for each part. Right now ain't the time to be acting like everything is you know what I'm saying, sunshine and free love. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that time right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Mm-hmm.
time to be vigilant.
Right.
These people, some of these people, like I know they doing psychological operations, but that's working up the cattle. So the cattle
Mm-hmm.
is actually believing this shit. So it's cattle walking around here, vigilante, killing shit right now on some of these
Mm-hmm.
damn Democrats trying to take our country. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff to be, just like the food shortage thing.
Right.
If they can make the people believe the stuff, then you got to prepare for it too, because the people finna, you know what I'm saying, make it real.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a rhythm. It's fake. It ain't really real, but it can become real. You know what I'm saying? The psychological operation can make it real, so you might have to prepare for it. So it ain't really nothing to
Right.
be nothing scared of. It's just understand and prepare. Understand and
Right.
prepare. You know what I'm saying? Until everybody get woke up. That's the
Mm-hmm.
mission right now. Wake everybody
Mm-hmm.
up. You know what I'm saying? Understand, prepare, be ready. Try and wake some more people up. You see it keep
Right.
getting easier. More people get woke up, the more stuff opening up. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's happening. Ain't not at the rate we want, but it's happening,
Right.
and they can't stop it. That's why they doing that. That's why they at the Great Reset now. They just talking about it
Mm-hmm.
openly now because they can't hide
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yep.
You can't hide it,
Yep.
and this is why I be telling Moors you got to get some damn balls because at what point is we just ain't finna live like this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got that. Like I got that
It ain't
message.
like you deserve it.
Right. At what
Right.
point is we ain't finna live like this? I ain't gotta say what to do. I ain't gotta get on here
Mm-hmm.
with camouflage and this is that and other. And I
Mm-hmm.
ain't even saying that's what niggas gotta do. I'm saying people need to have the correct vibe, the correct energy need to be on correct length wave to where you ain't even gotta some stuff you ain't get with when the energy right, you ain't even gotta carry it out.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen a kid that know they finna get a whooping?
Yep.
They cry like they already got the whooping. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Like they feeling the lashes already, like because they remembering the last one. It's like they feel the pain from the last one. Okay.
Yeah. They could
Yeah.
just give them a look. And they
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Start
saying?
cutting up, bro.
So Moors
Start
need a
cutting
backup.
up.
I seen one of the I was watching, I seen somebody, one of the elders, a Temple Moor.
Uh-huh.
You know, it ain't too many of them that are you know what I'm saying? But this was one that this is actually one I talked to before. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? No, I ain't friends with everybody, but I'm diplomatic. But he
Yeah, yeah.
was he was like saying some shit. I'm like, oh, you sound like me. Talking about how he talking about there's too many cows around here. I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
y'all got the memo, huh? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all done with that, you know what I'm saying, reputation stuff? Because,
Yeah.
hey,
Yep.
a lot of people be worried about how groomed they look, and yeah, we got to be groomed and don't want to put this out in the
Mm-hmm.
public, and you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
fancy garbs and all this other whatnot.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but hey, like it is what it is. What
Okay.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Islam, deal boy.
Okay, Islam. Islam.
It's all good.
Do we
That's
got
that's what good on there.
questions?
Yep. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Any comments, questions in the chat? Yep, it is long.
Ain't nobody got
So yeah, it
questions.
looked
It's
like it's
all
kind of
good.
quiet. It looked like we did pretty good on this one
Yeah, it's all
for
good.
sure. Yep.
Um, we pretty that much done been through everything, and then at the point we at right now
Hmm.
is like people really in suspense and waiting on the next scene to this play that's going on over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Cause we done
Yep.
did so much talking. It's like it's action time. We waiting for something
Hmm.
to react to. You
Hmm.
know,
Yep.
and I'm seeing a lot of people panicking. Like I don't got the panic. I ain't talking about Moors. I've just been watching Islam.
Hmm.
I've just been watching. I've been seeing a lot of people panicking, and y'all need to do this, and y'all need to pray. I don't got that panic like that. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know why, but I just ain't got it. Maybe it's cause I know I ain't, like I said, I ain't finna know what I'm saying. It's certain stuff that I just ain't finna do.
Hmm.
Like so, like I ain't even
Yeah.
worried about it. I'm just gonna live however and then whatever.
Hmm.
This would be this should be on Facebook. You know, it should stay
Yeah.
on the book.
Yeah, it should be on Facebook for a little bit, and then if not, of course, we will put it on the website. And
Hmm.
then Hawks Hands, if you want to get with the courses and whatnot, you just text the course, the word course to 773-496-4729 or whatever, and then we'll send you a link or whatever where you can pick the courses or whatnot and get signed up for it. It's 100 notes. The first course is going to be course 100. Before I even tell you the wrong thing, but anyway, it's posted on the. When you get it, you're going to get a link that's going to take you to the website. That's going to tell you what courses and when they're available. 101 and 102. You want to take them, and ascending order or whatever. But what you want to do is once you get on there, it's like Wednesday at 4 o'clock and Saturday at like 2 o'clock is going to be like the 101 is Saturday, and then 102 is going to be on Wednesday. So, first starting out, you want to get on that Saturday one. And then if you're interested in like nationalization, because that is definitely going to have to be done for you to get it, that's like the first step. You can also subsequently text the word nationalization as well as the course or whatever you need in there, and we'll send you the link to that information too, where you can read it. And so, this nationalization basically is where you're proclaiming yourself back to your Moorish nation, and then therefore the other courses are going to show you how to make the public correction, and then keep going and start working with establishing your own trust and tribe and things of that nature.
Yep. So, and that's why we tell people read books like Metanoia, you
Hmm.
know, and study stuff like Sufism because it's gonna teach you that the way to like everybody trying to manifest and it's teach you to go within. Everybody like you hear people saying, yeah, you got to go within, you got to go deep. They never explain what it means. They
Hmm.
basically telling you Sufism. When they telling you go within, they tell you get the answer from within. They telling you the God.
Hmm.
Going within is leaving the objective realm and going into the subjective realm,
Hmm.
which meaning you going into what's called the chaos realm
Right.
because it's not ordered. This objective realm is what's called the cosmos, which means the order realm.
Hmm.
So them telling you to go within is telling you Sufism.
Hmm.
Listen to your circle seven. You create because your subjective is not ordered, which means it's a creative realm. It's a blank slate for you to make whatever you want.
Right.
So go within. You make the
Hmm.
answer up. That's what they telling you.
Hmm.
People want to make it religious. It is what it is.
Yeah. Or
Um,
they just claiming that dogma, this, that, and the third when it's really
yeah, and to
that's
me
not what
that
it's
shit is
about.
highly like retarded. Because dogma, I was reading Clock of Destiny, dogma, they got that in parentheses as false doctrines.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically call it, like, people are basically calling you a traitor without, you know what I'm saying, a nicely way of, you know what I'm saying, a cowardly way of, you know what I'm saying
Right.
what they want to say without
Right.
saying it.
Right. Trying to tiptoe around it. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's what Noble Drew Ali was talking about. He brought
Right.
mysticism along
Mm-hmm.
with the law, along with the literature.
Right.
Like that's what Sufism is.
Mm-hmm.
Mohammedanism and all that, that's what it is.
Yep.
Um, so I know it, like, I ain't trying to make people Muslims or, you know what I'm saying, whatever you think is the label that go on people that read the Holy Quran in Mecca, but that's the
Mm-hmm.
literature for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's gonna be hard to say I ain't this, I ain't this, I ain't this. And then now when the whole world falling apart, the shit they cling on is religious freedom. And you done said I ain't
Mm-hmm.
this, I ain't this, I ain't this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When this is public. This is public for your protection.
Mm-hmm.
This shit could be called Black Panther or Wakanda for all I care. Like, real talk. If it's gonna get the job done for the people, then okay, we Black Panther in Wakanda. Like, these is
Mm-hmm.
just sounds, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, that got a meaning to them, that our
Mm-hmm.
ancestors made up. We could have made up another name instead of the Moabite nation. And it could have
Mm-hmm.
been another name except for Moab. It was other names, all type of other names. Like, people get caught on so, and then you can say that about us. Certain people saying like, well, y'all getting caught on petty stuff. You know, we need unity. And y'all know we all about contract. And that's why I can't
Mm-hmm.
even take people seriously. They not talking about fixing the contract.
Right.
For the temple, for the more for the people that's calling themselves Moorish Zion's temple, they got a statement on Southern Poverty Law Center, like
Mm-hmm.
condemning, calling everybody else, all the rest of the Moors, sovereign citizens and domestic terrorists.
Right.
So I'm not understanding, you know what I'm saying, what can even be said with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I go down the list. You know, I ain't trying to be Mr. You know what I'm saying, go down the list. So, and this is what I can say. This is what I can say. And if everybody was doing what they were supposed to do, because over a year ago, I was contacting everybody trying to get unity. And I got receipts. The
Mm-hmm.
temples, some of these body politics that want to talk now. This is why I don't trust their ass. Like, it's certain steps to get unity. You need
Mm-hmm.
trust, you need respect, and then you can get to making, you know what I'm saying, some unity. You need some respect around here. You know what I'm saying? I got to be able to trust you. Got to be able to do, you know what I'm saying? So if all those things that people was doing what they was doing over the last year and that stuff was done, I think we would be in a position to really seriously have that conversation. But the
Mm-hmm.
other stuff is not in place. See, for people to be forced into that conversation right now, they got to be put themselves over outreach. They got to put themselves, because these people you've been warned with. Now all of a sudden we supposed to, like. So this is why I say it has to be an idea. This is why I'm thinking. This is why I even told you how to manifest. The
Mm-hmm.
manifest people want is unity. So we just said we got to go within. This is why we trying to put out the idea. This the program. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said in the literature, if you come to the truth, it's gonna bring everybody together. So this the program. Everybody update their status if you with the empire. The glitch in the matrix is we ain't had no more. We updating the public. We telling you we're more for the record. Everything else ain't work. You know what I'm saying? Everything else ain't work. And when it was working, they reset it and murdered Noble Drew Ali. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
So for
they say, what
Naeem
about the
Chuck
Moors should let
McIntosh,
government adopt land?
really quickly, so for anybody who can't do the times, and you got a later, like you got, like I say, you're working or whatever, you need a later time. When you're texting to this course, number that you can do course, and then like whatever time or whatever that it would work for you, put that in. I can't guarantee or whatever, but that's for anybody. So anybody who they look and they see that the times don't agree. So our times are central. So make sure when you put this course here and you put your time in, also put your zone. So then therefore we know, what to work out. And so if once we get a good amount of people that we know can do a night course or something like that, and we got that window together, then we'll put it together, or whatever. So even if it's a day thing or whatever, just send the feedback to the course situation. So therefore we can kind of tabulate enough people that we can get into that course to offer it to you, and then we'll just do it that night. Okay. So like I say, we'll be able to see that as soon as you text it. So then the information for us to be able to make a decision will be right at our hands. So just going ahead and do it that way, and that's the easiest way to get that situation resolved. Okay, and so like I
Mm-hmm.
say, we do also have a private course, which is available or whatever. So you could do something like that. That does cost more because you're paying for time, but it is one on one. So, like I say, if you want to be patient and wait, you can like I said, put your time in there, and then we'll definitely let you know as soon as we can open up a night course. We're not like saying, oh, we're gonna wait for 100 people or whatever. It's not gonna be like that. They're usually kind of private courses or whatever. We do limit them to 20. But other than that, like I say, it's a couple of ways to do it. Just kind of be patient.
Yeah,
And it's
we gonna
but
get
it
it to you.
starts with you with like I say, either if you want it right away or whatever, then I would say to do a private course. Those do start at 250 or whatever, and then go up from there. So that's why I'm like, if money ain't an issue, then do you whichever way you got to rock. We got you. All right.
Yeah. So we gonna get it to you. However you gonna get it, we gonna give it to you.
You're
Like
gonna get it
I
right.
say, I got you can Noble Academics page. I still got a bunch of videos up on the GS Nobles. We finna editing because I gotta go over it and upgrade a lot of information, make sure everything is the right, correct information I got now. So we steady going over it. And then you can look at, like I say, all them videos over there. But it's time. This is what the class is for, saving you time. So if you can pay
Mm-hmm.
attention, pay that. You want to pay fiat, pay that. Whichever one worth more less to you, pay that. Is your time worth more or your fiat? It depends. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just watch and read and learn on like I did. Like it is what it is. Ain't nobody pressuring you. Um it is like I always got the rhythm. Like I said, you gotta get that rhythm. I always got the rhythm like it is what it is, man. Like the stuff happening because it's supposed to happen. If that's the way it's supposed to go, then that's the way it's supposed to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no pressure
Mm-hmm.
this way or that way. Like I'm just going, how I feel, how the root is taken. It's a word in Arabic called Rob. In Fatiha, we call Allah Rabbil Alameen, Lord of the worlds, because He guiding you from this state to this state to this state. So I done been so many predicaments to where I know it ain't me. I know I ain't the reason why I done did this or made it. That I just trust the feeling now. Whenever it just
Mm-hmm.
come, I just trust it. Like whatever, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the order. And
Right.
it sometimes it go against what I really want to do, but it works. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about my desire all the time. So
Yep.
them like he bro say, we got all type of know what I'm saying courses. As you see with the lives, we come with information you can use
Mm-hmm.
most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Some of the time
Right.
it's stuff you got to go back and get your study on, and we trying to get you to get into the literature.
Right.
So
So, real quick here, Hawks hands. When you're asking about what about the Moorish American government dot land. Okay, so whoever that is, that's somebody other. That's some other body politic that's not us. And really, when it comes to that, that's something that you would want to really look at their documentation on that website, because it looks like they got a lot of documentation on there, and you have to do your study and research to caveat emptor to see if that's what you're rocking with. Like I can't represent them, I can't say nothing about them because I don't even know who they are. It would be hearsay. But like I say, we're Portage de Chicago, and what we're talking about is the way we rock, and you can take what we're saying and look it against them and make your own decision on which way you rock. There's no compulsion in Islam, bro.
yeah, Yeah, we don't even know what they doing. Like I ain't like people like and a lot of people be doing like what about them? What about them? Like I ain't got time to check out everybody, bro.
Hmm.
I
And
know it's a
the
bunch of
whole
people
thing
out here doing
is
work.
when I see now what you're saying when you're saying is that a solution? Okay, the solution is what we just told or what we talked in the beginning when we're talking about you starting your own tribe. So then therefore you're not getting under somebody else that you don't know. The solution is becoming self-sufficient. The solution is everybody tribing up. So then therefore we can all make decisions together and we can elect whoever it is that we want to represent us from each tribe. And then that's how we're going to build the Confederacy, right? So, we can't look at somebody else to be our savior because you don't even know their intent. So even if you have to ask me and I don't know who they are, I thank you for asking me because that means that I got a good judge of, that you're thinking I'm a good judge of character. I appreciate that. But the problem is I don't know their details and the devil's in the details. But what the most important part is when you're talking about where they are and where they're located, like when you're in trouble, they're not going to be able to be there to come save you like that. It's going to be based off of what you know. That's why you have to make sure that you research this stuff so you know it. Because when you're standing there in court and they're coming at you, you're talking. They're not your lawyer. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're definitely paying attention to the details in all these body politics because I'm telling you that's where they're telling what you're standing on. And whenever you use their IDs, documents, whatever, then that's your whole deal. That's your tribe.
Hmm. Yep. And no, we not with them. We not with nobody. If they're not Portals, we ain't with them.
Okay, and so yeah, that we are not together. We're not under no nothing, none of that. Partage Day Chicago is its own entity.
Yeah, it's all good. We ain't with no other body politic.
Yeah, no, it's all
Period.
good. We're totally
None of them.
separate.
And it's all good. Like everybody got they like it's one way to operate, bro. We not one of the
Right.
body politics up here saying we Jesus returned in the flesh, follow us. We it's not that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We got away. We fought cases. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that a lot of people say. We beat the cases.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We made a
Mm-hmm.
body politic. We record.
Yep.
We operating foreign. That's what we saying. We not. It ain't nothing about nobody else. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Mm-hmm.
even care about what everybody else doing. This is our whole point. If you ain't rocking
Mm-hmm.
like how we rocking, then Islam. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yep.
Islam.
Yep.
Say they in Florida and they seen talking at more power here. We just got shot or jailed. Yeah, I mean, bro, this is what the whole thing is. See, Moors ain't even together, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like Moors be talking, like we talking this shit, and this why this why Moors like me won't even allow us. Like we not finna proceed over here as a group with this bullshit. We not
Mm-hmm.
finna proceed because this is what Moors is doing. Excuse me. While we a group of Moors, we by ourselves, all the Moors is flexing. All the Moors is flexing to the group because they want to
Mm-hmm.
appear. It's like mating season, some shit, and everybody want to know what I'm saying, mate. All the Moors flexing to be the leader, so we can move
Mm-hmm.
forward and go. You know what I'm saying? To start interacting, of course, with other nations, right? All the
Mm-hmm.
time, the rest of the group ain't woke. So when you go, so if we allowed to move forward, we're gonna be allowed to move forward prematurely and start getting abused. Like
Right.
y'all as trying to do some shit, y'all don't even know what the hell y'all doing. Now we finna treat y'all. We finna treat y'all whole
Mm-hmm.
nation as undesirables. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, no, we ain't ready. Let's get straight first before we get out here. Cause we don't need nobody, you know what I'm saying, putting on no slaves and causing unnecessary. Now we gotta fight because people think we undesirables. We need
Right.
to come strong. We need to come
Mm-hmm.
strong, come hard, and it's gonna happen real quick, fast, and we ain't gonna have nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't need to be nothing that niggas is mumbling in private about. It's too much secret forest shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
We not the man that. That's not us. Maybe
Right.
y'all doing it. Maybe that's the Moorish community before we came. Maybe that shit was known prevalent and okay, and you know what I'm saying. Nobody thought nothing about it. But
Mm-hmm.
that ain't the way we coming. That's not what we
Mm-hmm.
own. We don't. We not.
Right.
We is the original. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we not saying nothing, and then we not. That's a trap. You into some black power shit. They got the guns and the camouflage talking all the shit you want to say. Then your ass finna get caught in conspiracy
Mm-hmm.
because you
Yep.
can't trust these people no motherfucking way. Every
Right.
phone is a tape recorder. All the public is cameras everywhere. So wherever you driving,
Mm-hmm.
you finna be recorded. All the cars is digital. Then
Yep.
these Moors is traitors. They human tape recorders.
Mm-hmm.
So if your plan can't be said out in the open, you in the way anyway. These people know what the hell
Mm-hmm.
going on. They know who really believe what they talking about and who's saying this shit just to get some power and try and start something.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. They own some people ass, they ain't on some people else's ass. I got an FBI number. They ain't called me. I called they well, I ain't called. I went up there
You showed up.
with cases, with gun cases.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. It's a stark difference. I'm on parole with 2 gun cases. I say, you know what? Let me let them know that this dude ain't got all the screws. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know completely. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This who y'all finna. This who tell them this who they trying to put in Cook County. I'm finna because I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna say all this shit if I go in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and wake up everybody, deck to deck, even the officers.
Yep.
This what they know about me in the police stations. You can't even have me around regular black officers because I'm gonna get to talking nationality.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got one behind enemy lines. This is why I said this when I was saying you gotta know how to make yourself turn from 1 into a 10 on their
Mm-hmm.
ass when it's time. But you niggas don't got a go time. They don't
Yep.
got a red button. It's always a motherfucker another explanation. I
Mm-hmm.
done proved it 50,000 ways. Okay, they didn't take it that way. Let me try another way to prove it. Oh, did you see
Mm-hmm.
this? We can use postage stamps in the money grams.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like you want to be the Guinness Book of World Records for however many times the Morton got rejected and he had the truth and knew he had the truth. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like at what point? This is why I said earlier in the live. At what point is you gonna realize there's some balls down there? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those are part of the ingredients to this recipe. Why everybody mad
Yep.
at me?
Yep.
He put balls in the soup. Like we can't get through unless everybody got balls. You
Right.
know.
Right.
But you don't have to let everybody know. You can just groom it up. Like, no, you know what? See, you know what I'm saying? This is what people
Hell
be
yeah.
talking about when they be like, didn't want it bad enough. Y'all don't want this shit bad enough. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't.
Because y'all
No,
ass
they don't.
still trying to play within the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ass still rule. Everybody else cheating, and y'all ass still trying to play within the rules.
Right.
Y'all dressed up nice, talking nice, sipping tea, wiping the side of you. You know what I'm saying? You clean cut,
Right.
got the suit on.
Right.
You taking up for the
Absolutely.
de facto more than the de facto taking. De facto trying to tell the truth. You won't stop taking up for his ass.
Right. 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 And you got the other half liking it, loving it, and then the fake news, everybody
Man,
confused.
let me get out of here, man. Let me
All right.
get, because I'll go forever running my mouth. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got stuff to do. We got the information out, man. If y'all ass want a status correction, call the number. You want your status correction, want to know how to make your tribe, call the number. It's 100 a Lodio. If you need private session, it's gonna be a little bit extra. It is what it is. That shit fiat. That shit finna be. If you need to have your 90-day supply, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
make sure you can eat. You can't eat a nationality card and paperwork and a status correction.
Mm-hmm.
Get your priorities straight. First of all, make sure
Right.
you can eat. Then get your shit straight. Then live your life and wait on the shit to fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about done.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
getting
but
pursed
always
out.
keep building and tighten up your stuff. That self-sufficiency is clearly important. So you want to make sure you tighten up all your stuff. Make sure you
Yep.
got your food, your water, tools, your soap, everything.
Yep. And your 4 precious metals.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them is gold and silver. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
And the other two is another team.
guess what the other two is? Huh?
The other two is a team that work together. We'll see that they a
Right.
couple.
The other one is Smith and Wesson. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they got his and her T-shirts.
On the real. So
uh,
I'm good with that. I'm
yeah,
good
I'm
with
good
that.
too. I'm good. All right, peace and love, y'all. Islam.
Islam, y'all. Peace. We be back with some more stuff. Give us a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
Islam.
Islam.